Okay, let's dive into this. Welcome back to The Explainer, everyone. Today, we're zeroing in on something that affects, well, pretty much all of us, but it's completely invisible. We're talking about invisible wealth leaks. Those tiny digital drips that are just quietly draining your bank account while you're busy living your life. So, we're going to uncover exactly how this modern digital economy is perfectly designed to make you forget what you're paying for, and way more importantly, how you can instantly put that cash back in your pocket.
Take a look at this. Think about what a completely standard digital lifestyle looks like right now. You've got, say, Netflix at 500 rupees a month, Spotify at 200, Amazon Prime at 300, maybe a gym app you downloaded on New Year's Day for 100, and some extra cloud storage for 150, because let's face it, your phone wouldn't stop complaining it was full. None of these numbers are terrifying on their own, right? They just seem like small, highly justifiable little fees. But look at the math here. Stack them up, and they instantly become a 1,250 rupee monthly drain. And the truly insidious part? If you're like most of us, you probably don't even use half of the stuff on this list regularly. You're basically paying for a premium lifestyle that you're only sorta using. Now, let's hold on to that 1,250 monthly figure for a second and stretch it out over a whole year. Boom, 15,000 rupees. That is the true annualized cost of those seemingly harmless, isolated clicks. When you hit subscribe, you aren't just tossing away a couple of $100. You're essentially locking yourself into a 15,000 rupee yearly commitment without even realizing it. Just think about what you could do with an extra 15K sitting in your account right now. You could invest it, put it towards a vacation, or just enjoy the peace of mind of having a bigger safety net. Instead, it's just silently leaking out month after month.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how we usually react. We tend to beat ourselves up, right? We think, oh, I'm so forgetful, or I'm just terrible with money. But losing this cash isn't an accident. It's a deliberate feature of what we call the subscription economy. This is a massive, highly optimized business model. It's literally designed to quietly drain your accounts by just fading into the background of your everyday life. The whole goal here is to make that initial sign-up incredibly frictionless, super easy, and then for the company to just become completely invisible. They want you to forget you're even a customer. So you aren't failing. The system is just working exactly the way it was built to work. And hey, if you're feeling a little complacent right now, maybe thinking, well, I track all my expenses, check this out. The data actually shows that the average Indian has between 3 to 5 active subscriptions they don't even use regularly. 3 to 5. And almost nobody tracks them. Why? Because we're busy. We have lives. We're focused on our careers, our families, our health. Our brains just literally do not have the bandwidth to constantly monitor tiny, automated 100 rupee deductions. So this totally validates why it's such a common and effective trap. It uses our own human nature and busy schedules against us. And this brilliantly illustrates the psychological trap we all fall into. We all tell ourselves the exact same lie. Come on, it's just 200 rupees. It's literally the cost of a coffee. It doesn't matter. Our brains are incredibly good at minimizing small numbers. But the reality? When you take that quote-unquote tiny 200 rupees and multiply it by, say, 10 ignored subscriptions, which, as we just saw, is super easy to accumulate across apps, deliveries, and streaming, you are suddenly losing 2,000 rupees a month. Over a year, that balloons into a massive 24,000 rupee loss. The math just doesn't care about our psychological blind spots. The hard truth is that just 200 is never just 200 when it's stuck on an automated loop. Okay, enough doom and gloom. Let's pivot from letting this invisible villain drain our accounts to actually taking our power back. Here is a super straightforward 3-step action plan to completely cure your subscription fatigue. Ready? Identify, cancel, track. It's that simple. By following this incredibly logical structure, you're going to move from being a passive victim in the subscription economy to being an active, intentional manager of your own wealth. Let's break down exactly how you can execute this right now. Let's move to this and see how it builds. How exactly do we tackle the identify and track steps? Well, you don't have to guess, and you definitely don't have to do it completely manually if you don't want to. Here are some everyday financial tools you can use. First up, the old school, highly reliable method. Grab your recent bank statements. Just sit down for 20 minutes with a highlighter and mark every single recurring automated charge. Or, actually, if you want a more modern, tech-enabled approach, apps like Cred or OneScore are absolutely fantastic at analyzing your financial footprint. They surface all these recurring charges for you automatically. They act almost like an X-ray for your bank account, highlighting exactly where the money is bleeding out. Now for step 2. Cancel. And this brings us to my absolute favorite tactic, the 30-day rule.
The rule is brutally simple. Cancel everything, then resubscribe only if you actually miss it. I know what you're thinking. No way, that sounds like a huge pain. It sounds like a ton of friction, but it is a highly effective, clean slate reset. Think of it as the ultimate weapon to stop the financial drain instantly. By canceling the whole shebang, you force yourself to consciously evaluate the value of each service. If Friday night rolls around and you really truly miss Netflix, great, resubscribe. You've proven it actually adds value to your life. But I guarantee you, those random workout apps and extra cloud plans, you won't even notice they're gone. But you will definitely notice the extra cash in your pocket.
So, the crucial point is, does this actually work in the real world? Oh, it absolutely does. Take the story of one person who finally sat down, faced the music, used these tools to identify their leaks, applied that 30-day rule to clear out the clutter, and saved a staggering 50,000 rupees in a single year. 50,000. That's not pocket change. That is serious, tangible wealth. That's a solid emergency fund. That's a robust investment contribution. And the absolute best part? They didn't have to go ask for a raise, and they didn't have to work a single hour of overtime to earn it. They simply stopped the automated draining of their own money. This right here is the ultimate reward for just paying a little bit of attention.
Which brings us to the final and definitely the most important thought of this entire explainer. What hidden wealth is sitting in your bank statement right now? Because it's there, just waiting for you to find it. You now understand the systemic trap of this subscription economy. You've seen the raw mathematical reality of those tiny fees, and you have the exact 3-step framework to go fix it. So don't let another month roll over. The second this explainer ends, I want you to pull up your bank statement or open your tracking app and start identifying those leaks. Go reclaim your wealth. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.